Well, hello there, my bowfishing brethren. Once again, or at least for the fourth time this year, getting out and doing a little bowfishing here in Michigan. The slowest year for me ever as far as trips. This is literally my fourth trip, and it's in June. I've had some weeks where I've done 4 days or 4 trips in the same week, but nonetheless. What you're showing here is I've got a better meter now. It's from Victor, and it tells me exactly how much power I'm consuming, how many amps, watts, you name it. AC, DC, combines both of them, and I'm using less than 800 watts of light in the water there, and that is also including the barrel light. You know, I have a 23-foot long weld-built John boat, and it has a 90 horsepower Yamaha 4-cycle whatever fuel injection system, and I'm using a 112 pound thrust Minn Kota trolling motor, and it has all the automatic deploying tiller adjustments. That thing is awesome. It is a must-have for me. It's a lot easier on my back and has so many features that I would just more than you could ever ask for. I was really happy with the water conditions this evening. I was looking at possibly going out 2 days before this, and the wind and temperature were just not quite as good as today's temperature, the temperature that I'm out here during this shoot. And still yet, the temperature on this day at night, I think, was at 55 degrees. And again, a little bit chilly, but nonetheless, it's been a strange year. A lot of wind for us here in Michigan. For the first half hour, 45 minutes that I was actually, cruising around in the boat looking for fish, I thought to myself, this is going to be one of those bust nights where you just barely see anything, and maybe I'll come out of here with shooting 10, 12 fish. But that ends up making a change much for the better here shortly. In my right hand, you can see me holding and letting go of a Minn Kota remote control. I have it on a D-ring, and that allows me to let go of it and just have it hanging off the side of my bowfishing belt. You'll also see the trolling motor, like a little green light going on the top or the head of the trolling motor. I have that wired in there so it lets me know when the prop is churning. This is a great feature to have. Often when I was using bow mounts before, whether or not the trolling motor blades were churning was part of the issue, and I don't have that problem now since I've done that.
Another dogfish. Beautiful fins on this one. Still alive for a second. There we go.
My bow of choice is the G-Rex. I own over 13 different bowfishing bows, and my G-Rex that's set at 30 pounds and 27 inches is the bow that I use for about 90% of my bowfishing. There's sometimes when you have a little bit more of a bottom with roots and really shallow, you might be better off shooting slightly less draw weight. I have another G-Rex for that, which I can't seem to get flying as perfectly as I do my 30-pounder. And for large bodies of water, deep water shots, getting the excess of 6, 7 plus feet, I switch back over to my Oneida Osprey, which I have set at 45 pounds. I love the Megamouth reel. I have two of them, and again, I think they are the best bow fishing reel money can buy. Now in 2022, the price point of them is getting up to about $370, and quite honestly, I don't think they're worth it. I think they price themselves out of the market. I love lighted knocks, though. Getting a combination of arrow that you can shoot a lighted knock, tons of fun, but can be a little bit to overcome to get it to be done well.
Boom!
I guess just to reiterate about the Megamouth, I think it's again a great reel. It's good at being able to horse fish in and really power them in. Fish 18, 20 pounds, you can still handle them with ease. I quit carrying them at my store because, again, the price point wise, I cannot tell a customer that reel is worth $370. I just can't.
Oh, that's a good one.
There's people who are going to still spend that money, absolutely, but for other products that are available out there, I think you could probably make a better choice.
Carp and dogfish. Where do you go with the carp?
By the way, it's sort of like, I guess, looking for unicorns, but there's a reel out there that's under development from a gentleman called Mr. Bill. And nonetheless, he has a pretty neat reel. I don't know where he's going with it. I haven't been able to shoot one, but they do look interesting. One of the things that's often underestimated is having a good bow holder. Now, I have a rack system that is designed to hold half a dozen bows, and it has foam pipe insulation around the square tubing and bungee cords with like little dividers in them to keep the bows separated. This is just a great way to have an extra bow on hand when something goes wrong or you need a backup shot or just underway. It is absolutely fantastic, and again, a must-have.
That one's gonna probably tear through.
In a lot of my videos, I edit out all the dead time, because it's sort of boring to watch a guy just stand there staring at water, cruising around for an hour, not seeing a fish, or just seeing bass or pike or something like that. But nonetheless, there was a couple of times here where I'm really getting a workout. I'm shooting fish after fish after fish, and my back is quite sore, and stuff like this. I need to take a break after a while. But it's, again, a lot of fun. Great to be out. This ended up being the best day that I have ever had in this section of Lake Huron. It was just, again, very lucky. Very, very small piece of water, which had a lot of fish in it. They were, not say landlocked, but again, sort of pinned in there. There was really no way to get past me but to try to get past me. And the water being as shallow as it is, less than 9 inches, it made it so I got a lot of shots. Here again, just you can see me just pulling in this fish sideways, and this is a good sized fish.
Hey!
in my experience, you could not get that done with a Muzzy spinner. You just couldn't get that kind of leverage and line take up. In the future, I might do better at making sure that the microphone is able to record some of the stuff I'm saying down there, because I was talking about different aspects as I was shooting there. Oh, here's another reason. Again, a line puller is very important. I replaced basically the nut that goes through the riser on the G-Rex with a longer piece of stainless steel and tapped it. And I can use that as a line puller and easily get those that line pulled out of the water. I'm using a 250-pound test 8-braid line. It's been a long time in bow fishing that I got a workout like this, where I was just basically shooting fish after fish. Starting to breathe heavy, starting to sweat. Don't want to let one get past me. That's a really nice one. Trying to pay attention at all different angles, watching what's going on. It was again a great evening, and it teaches you to be sharp, try to look out. Again, these waters are getting really muddy from all the fish that are stirring it up and splashing around, and there's not a lot of current to carry it away, so it is getting to be like chocolate milk at this point.
Oh, another good one.
Well, in the original editing of this video, I got everything done. It was about a week after shooting this original footage on June 9th. I stored it to an external hard drive, and also finished out a second group of footage that I stored to that hard drive. And then the hard drive quit working. And I'm usually like a one-take and done guy, and I don't like redoing things too many times over when it's something like this. It's sort of like a time burglar. But nonetheless, if you've seen things in this, and all the audio before this, I was able to actually salvage the audio because it was stored on my computer, but the final movie itself was stored on an external hard drive, and again, that I lost access to. So now it is, July 11th, and I've decided to redo this, and with a little bit of a twist. What I did is decided to speed up the moments between fish, because again, often I'm asked, do you edit out all your misses? And yes, I edit out the vast majority of my misses. Well, I thought this time the fish are enough, together, the shots are close enough together that I would just speed up the time between shots, so you get to see from when I'm shooting and hitting fish and when I'm shooting and missing. I just thought it'd be a neat way to put a spin on it. Now, most times, or sometimes when I'm out in the water, you can go, 15, 20 minutes, an hour, maybe sometimes, in terrible situations of not getting a shot. And that just makes for some awful boring video watching. But hopefully this kind of format is a little bit more interesting, and you enjoy it.
I've seen more fish out by the
For me personally, shots to my right I am one of the least accurate. I have a tendency to miss more with fish on my right than I do with fish to my left. And here's one just happened to be close to the boat, but made me think about it. All right, so in a moment here, you're going to see why I like starting, or have gotten used to using lighted knocks, especially when using very expensive arrows. In a minute here, I snap my line. The line was due to be retied long ago, and I just kept on trying to stick it out and not doing it. Well, boom, snap my line. Well, here's where I like having a backup bow then. This is where I just grab my other bow that's ready to go, which this one here happens to be a PSE Discovery 2. One of the old ones that had a module system that I could replace with a draw module that had a specific draw length and 50% let off. This combination works out better speed-wise even yet over the constant draw module.
Nice fat fish.
Yeah, I think in total I counted the fish at the end of the night, and I shot a total of 45 fish that fit inside of that 44-gallon brute trash can. They were overflowing at the end of the night there, but nonetheless, definitely a really great section of water. I can't say that I've shot more fish in one spot without moving than this trip here. The arrow I'm using at this moment is a AMS Anchor QT. It's a solid fiberglass shaft with a glue-on knock. There are knock adapters that you can shoot lighted knocks, but having that other arrow that's still sitting up there in the corner there, that lighted knock, allows me to keep track of my my $50 arrow versus going after it right at that moment. I could still continue to shoot fish with my other equipment.
So, line pullers are a must.
Well, when the fish started slowing down and not trying to run past me left and right, I decided to grab my arrow out. Again, Bowfishing's best friend is the arrow out, made right here in Michigan. And I could, basically just took my trolling motor over to where I seen my lighted knock and use that arrow out to grab a hold of that arrow and just basically, pull it right out of those weeds.
Another one right there.
Well, here I am right back at it again with the G-Rex and my $50 arrow. The lighted knock I'm using here is a really cheap one, and it has like that little index switch on it. Now the knocks from like Burt Coyote, Luminoc, They have like two metal dimples, I guess, that stick out on the sides that once they complete the circuit turns on the light. And some of those, with using a collar system on your fiberglass arrows, has to be bent down in order to get it to activate.
Alright, that one gets a dancing board.
This was another one of those evenings where I had to be to work the next day. Now, I did plan on coming in late, not coming in at 9 o'clock in the morning. It was getting to be, I think, 12:30 at this point. I'm on the water, and I still had an hour and a half drive back home. After all things were said and done that night, I was in bed by 3:30, and that's definitely beyond my normal bedtime.
Join its friends. Be right there. Two for the price of one. Yep, got it before. Just didn't get it. Gonna pass it up. Jesus, that's a fatty. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that one. No, they're nice.
Well, I hope you guys have been able to get out in the water a little bit more than I have, and I hope you truly enjoy your time out there. Ivy, I hope you have a good evening, and hopefully you're doing what your dad says and going to become a great little fisherwoman there. Hope you guys have a damn good day, or try like hell. Take care. Live large, my friends.